turkey has been requested by many of you, and every year I mean to do it and just don't get around to it. What I start with is rolling a tiny bit of white into a ball, and then I roll it on the side, take a pin, and make an indent in the top. You need 2 of those. Once you're done with them, you bake them to harden them, and this is what it looks like. It's half beige and half translucent for the body of the turkey, and then from here I just start slowly rolling a ball, and then once I have a ball, I make a very soft teardrop shape. Very soft. You don't want it too long. And then I'll pinch the sides very gently, and then I'll press down on the other side once I get it on paper with my index fingers. You want it to still be rather rounded. You want to make sure it lays flat. And I pinch the top just a little bit. This is the shape that you end up with. We need 2 smaller balls. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more. And these ones I want to be about like not quite half the size. The first ones we just did are drumsticks. This is the difference in the sizes. And then what I'm going to do is start rolling. And you get a fat teardrop like that. I like it a little bit longer usually. And you basically want to have both the same size. So that looks like they match. Position them the way that I'm going to want them. And then I start pressing in, not so gently. Turkey wings, you can do it the same way. We're creating much longer cones this time. Now that those are about the same size, basically what I'm going to do is face them away from me. I'm taking my index finger and I'm rocking back to flatten it. So I start with the tip of my finger and I rock back to flatten it. Then from here, I'm just going to create a little bit of an indent on either side to help me bend it. Not anything too much. And then you bend and pull slightly. So there we go. I'm going to do it to the other side. And you want to have the top of your little wings along the side of the body. And you want them to kind of mirror each other. Then I press them in. I'm using the yellow ochre color, and then I'm using rust. And I pretty much get the yellow ochre color all over the whole turkey. Let's take a little bit of the rust and tap it with a little bit of the yellow to add some color to our turkey, but not make him completely orange. You'll want to go across the top parts of the surfaces where usually the turkey is darker. So the tops of the legs, the tops of the wings, and maybe the very center of the breast. Turkey will be more golden on top, and it will fade into lighter colors as you go down. There is our little turkey. Poke a hole into the very center of those, and I widen the hole with my pin. I dip my little bones into some translucent liquid Sculpey and make sure that they're facing the right direction. So we have one more to do. Stick your hole in first and bake it. So we're going to go ahead and bake this. I'm glazing just the top right now. and the bottom will be glazed later. But from here, I go ahead and sprinkle on just a little bit of pepper. Any pieces that are large, you can knock off. A little bit of cayenne pepper might add a little bit of warmth. And that's it. Thank you for watching.